Yeah, well, again, we can't pay any attention to mental scars or whatever that people are talking about. We know India is a proud cricket country. They're an extremely talented Test match side with lots of dangerous players. So the moment we take our foot off the pedal and think we're going all right, we saw in England that in that fifth Test that we can come unstuck pretty quickly. So a huge focus of ours since that fifth Test in the Ashes has been on winning after winning, and our attitude towards the next game. And the last week we've been fantastic in the way we've prepared for this game. We know that some of the players they're talking about coming in to their side, like a KL Rahul or a Rishabh Pant, are dangerous players who like to take the game on and will play positively. So, if we give guys like that an inch, they'll take a mile. So we have to be bang on the mark tomorrow, as we were in Adelaide, and prepared to turn up tomorrow for another 5-day battle. We know that we won the first Test well, but it was only stumps on day 2 where we were in a serious fight to win that Test match. So that's the attitude we're taking into this next Test. Again, I'm not too sure. We've sort of, before the series, went through all of their players, all their strengths and weaknesses, and identified some areas where we think we can attack their batters, and vice versa for their bowlers, where we think we can score, who we think matches up well against them. So that all that stuff's been done pre-series. We just had a quick refresher yesterday before training on that. But again, our focus on this Test match is controlling what we can control and executing our skills, and that's what we'll continue to focus on. Yeah, it's certainly a challenge, no doubt about that. And living in a hub or a bubble is certainly easier when you're playing well. There's no doubt about that. But again, the flip side of that is you're really close, you're really tight knit, and you're always around each other. So it can go both ways. But look, we've been on overseas tours before to India or in South Africa when we're bowled out for 50, and it can be really difficult. So again, as I spoke about, that's why it's so important for us tomorrow to turn up with the attitude that we turned up in the first Test. We know they're not going to roll over. We're going to have to work our backsides off to get them in a position like we did in Adelaide. And if we can do it again, then sort of Test 3 and 4 can become a real battle for them. But first we've got to start tomorrow well and put them back under the pump. I felt it for a little while. I felt pretty good for pretty much since I'd made the change before the South Australian Shield game. So for me, it's been about just sort of having more time to become accustomed to it, and make it a bit more sort of second nature rather having to think about it. I can certainly feel that's happening now. I'm someone who sort of needs to write a bit of stuff down to remind myself, particularly when it comes to my batting. But I find, the last sort of couple of weeks that, the little changes now I don't have to think about. And when that's the case, I can just watch the ball. So it's been good start to the series, but it's only one innings. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's been a focus of our teams for the last couple of years as well, is to make Australians proud and to make Australians want to tune in and watch their Test cricket team and enjoy doing it. And that's something we take enormous pride in. Obviously, winning is a huge priority for us, and Australians love their Test team doing well and winning. There's no doubt about that. But another key part of ours is as I said, making Australians proud and making our supporters proud. So for us to hopefully win well here on Boxing Day, and then have another win in the New Year's Test, and put smiles on Australian people's faces after what's been such a tough year, is certainly high on our priority list. Yeah, it would be awesome. There's no doubt the New Year's Test in Sydney is a huge part of the Australian summer. So and for our team, we've got so many guys from Sydney and New South Wales, so they love playing in front of their home crowds and having their families around. So hopefully that can get off the ground. I think at the moment that is the plan. I've been pushing hard behind the scenes for Blunston Arena if it's not, but I don't think that's going to happen. So the next best place is the SCG. Yeah, I think it's been a little bit tougher for the guys who have been through IPL in England and other series. But again, we've spoken about it a number of times as a group. This is what it's going to be like this year and for the foreseeable future. So it's our job as professionals to get on with it and do the job. Very, very rarely in life is a thing smooth sailing and going exactly to plan. But we realise that we're certainly much more fortunate than many people out there. We're about to go into a Boxing Day Test, so yeah, whilst it's difficult at times to be away from family, and today to not have some around for Christmas makes it challenging. But at the end of the day, tomorrow we've got a job to do, and we'll switch into that job and that role as the professionals that we are.